Much has changed since Pastor Joel Lyrer's installation at St. John's in 1998. Even more has changed since his ordination in 1981. But even though the people and places are different, Pastor Lyrer's heart for ministry remains the same, a heart for ministry that shows itself in a number of ways. Although Pastor Lyrer's official title is Senior Pastor, there was never a sense of power or control in his working relationships.
As a young green graduate, probably thought I knew more than I did. Didn't realize it at the time, but it was a blessing to be a partner with Pastor Lyrer. In fact, funny story, I remember Christopher was a little unsure about his dad serving with another pastor. So we emphasized, his parents and myself, that it wasn't one pastor and another pastor, we were partners, partners in ministry. And that's what we really were. He may have been like my boss, so to speak. He was the senior pastor, but he never made me feel like that. We were partners, and we worked together, and we were a team for 13 years.
It's a good thing to be a pastor and have pastors, and working with Pastor Lyrer has been comfortable. Never a time when I haven't felt welcome, and there hasn't been any spirit of competition or anything, but it's been a good team that we've been a part of, I believe, and I'm grateful for that.
Pastor Lyrer's partners have richly benefited from this spirit of teamwork.
I think when you come out of the seminary, everything is new. There's new decisions, new experiences, all kinds of other things that you've never seen before. And having a guy who's been around the block before with that stuff and has some words of wisdom and experience from having seen those same situations before, just a very helpful thing to bounce ideas off of and talk to before making decisions. Really enjoyed serving with him in that way.
When we moved here to Wisconsin and started ministry here at St. John's, he was continually checking in, and still up until his retirement, the same thing. Checking in, seeing how the day is going, how ministry is going, and just being willing to talk about ministry with a fellow brother.
These qualities, this care and concern, make Pastor Lyrer a blessing to his members as well.
I would bet that for a lot of people, when they think of what a pastor is supposed to be, they would picture a lot of qualities that Pastor Lyrer has. He's very genuinely concerned about people, caring, a good listener, certainly aims to be faithful to God's Word no matter what, and steering people back to that.
And so, Pastor Lyrer's service to St. John's will be remembered and missed as he transitions into retirement.
Pastor Lyrer is first and foremost a pastor, a shepherd. St. John's is blessed in so many ways. Members, leaders, called workers, and he liked to lead, but maybe from behind or from the side, not telling people what they should do, but working together.
What I've appreciated about Pastor Lyrer in leading the congregation here at St. John's is his wanting to communicate what's happening with kingdom work here, to bring everyone on board and to join in the joy of ministry here, to let others know how they can be a part of the exciting kingdom work that God has given us the privilege to do.
I think I just remember his sense of joy for the ministry and just kind of calm presence no matter what was going on. He never seemed to get too high or too low, but rather always just had an idea of what to do.
I can say what I'll miss would be just all the experience that he brought to everything. There was very little that happened that would rattle him. He maintained a kind of a calm presence the vast majority of the time. I don't think I've ever seen him get mad that I can recall. And so when you have somebody in that position, that's a real strength, and that's a real stability for a congregation to have that in one of your leaders.
Thank you, Pastor Leirer, for your steady and spirit-filled leadership over the past 25 years.